Hello and welcome to the BSHL podcast. Still the off season. We're still alive. You guys don't hear from us as often as you used to. I know you miss me. Less of you probably miss Corey. But what are you going to do? All right, special episode today. We've got the Fredericton Express management / players here today. So Nick Bishop, Zach Bishop, welcome to the podcast, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks.
All right, so Nick, introduce yourself a little bit. Talk about yourself.
Sure. So Nick Bishop, Zach's dad, been around the rink all my life. Grew up in Chipman, played, refereed, coached, all that fun stuff. So carried that on once I had a couple of boys, and we're stepping up and had a few folks ask us to help out to bring the Fredericton Express back and help manage the team. So that's what we're looking to do. And yeah, glad to be here.
And Zach, I'm sure most of our listeners have probably heard of you, former Fredericton Red Wing. Talk a little bit about yourself, bud.
So born and raised in Fredericton. Played hockey here my whole life. Played for Leo Hayes High School, midget AAA Caps. Walked on to the Red Wings when I was 18. Played there for 3 years. Had a decent career, I'd say. Ended up being okay. This past year, I just took a year off of hockey. Did the equipment management stuff for the UMB men's hockey team. I'm going into my 5th year at UMB, and I'm just ready to play some hockey again. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Awesome, man. What are you taking to UMB?
Kinesiology, sports, and recreation management.
Awesome, man. That's great. So we all know the River Valley Lumberjacks. They were playing out of Doketown, took last year off. It was actually announced shortly after this time of year. It was like late July, early August. Man, we missed the Lumberjacks. But yeah, they're back. The Fredericton Express in the biggest market now in the BSHL. Pretty pumped to be in the city of Fredericton. How did we get from where we were last year to here, Nick?
It's kind of an interesting story for sure. And so I would say about 2 or 3 weeks before the board meeting was going to happen for the BSHL, a couple of players reached out and asked my wife and I if we'd be interested in helping run a team. My wife has done a lot in the community, and she was the volunteer coordinator and the billet coordinator for the Red Wings. So she did a lot on that side and the community event stuff. So people had known her name from there. So when we started, we said, well, where would we play out of? And we talked, about the outlying communities around Fredericton, had some ideas around Tri-County and so on. But we said, let's see if we can get some ice in Fredericton. So we reached out to our friends at the city, and lo and behold, after a few conversations, they were able to find us some ice for the regular season. They had to dig to find it, and that's kind of why we're spread across 3 rinks. But for first year, we'll take it. We got 2 great venues, the LBR and the York Arena, which I think will lend well to the style of hockey. And then I think probably our last 2 games of the season will be up at the Grand Harvey, a little bigger venue, a little different setting, but one a lot of the guys here are familiar with. So it all just kind of fell in place and came together at the right time, I guess.
So I'm Caleb Cook's my cousin. And Cookie hits me up when he sees the announcement about the York, and he's like, dude, that is the best senior hockey arena in the league if they're playing out of there. Is it that good? Like, should I be that hyped?
It's going to be fun. I mean, it's one of the old barns. It'll be a great atmosphere. When Zach played Leo Hayes, they hosted provincials there one year, and I think we had about 1,000 people in there for one of those games, and it was jam packed and it was loud, and it's going to be cold. That's for sure. It's known for that, but it's got great ice, and it should be exciting, I think, and the LBR too. I mean, it's a similar age building, smaller surface, so I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Awesome, man. I can't wait to see that. So you've got some big announcements early on here. The the Express have been about as busy as anybody in this freaking league announcing stuff. Sometimes it's hard to keep up as the podcast, but all your usual suspects from the Lumberjacks seem to be making their way back onto the ice. We saw Peter Traynor announced early on. We saw John Hardy, Benji Curtis. I'm not sure if anybody saw it on Sunday, but Brady Patterson was announced. And the first announcement was actually you, Zach. So will we be seeing more Lumberjacks announced? Is that kind of, I don't know, anything fun coming here?
Yeah, so I mean, most of our roster has been finalized. We are kind of just taking the announcement process slow.
Yeah.
Kind of build up the hype around the team. You will see a lot of the former Lumberjacks playing. You'll see a few new guys, a couple big announcements. One player in particular that we're pretty excited about that we will announce in a little while. We're going to kind of hold off on him for a bit just to kind of.
I don't blame you.
And then, we're going to have a few new guys that are coming over from the Southern Senior League. A few guys that have played in Fredericton in their junior career. So it should be exciting. We're pretty excited about our team. We think we have a good roster. So we're just going to take it slow with announcing so that we kind of keep the excitement around the team going up until October.
Love that, man. I think it's a good strategy. I know there's been a couple announcements already, and just looking at the potential for the Express, I've talked to some other teams, and they're like, "Oh man, coming in year one, they could be a contender here." So yeah, we're pretty excited. We're pretty excited to see hockey in Fredericton, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are. I mean, that the video when we announced the Express that Troy Faskell did had, I think it's up to 50,000 views or something.
Unreal.
It really ignited, and we've got a lot of players excited. I know Zach's been getting 7, 8, 9 guys messaging, "Hey, when's tryouts?" or "Can I get on the team?" Or so. It's got people talking for sure. So it's awesome.
So you talked a little bit earlier right before we started this interview about season tickets. So those are going on sale here. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so we're going to post that tomorrow. Season tickets for adults is going to be an early bird special of $100 for the regular season.
It's a steal.
I know, it's going to be. And then after August 31st, it'll go up to $110. And then we have the appropriate ones for students and seniors and such as well. So each one of them has a little bit of a bigger discount early on, and then August 31st they'll go up to what we'll consider a normal price. So we're hoping to get some butts in seats.
How are people going to be able to buy these tickets?
So right now it's just online via email. So folks will send us a message. We're going to track that, and then we'll get the physical tickets out to them once we get them printed up or whatever however they manifest. So.
I love that, man. That's pretty exciting. Smart to get the season tickets out there early. I think some teams wait a little bit too long and doesn't really give people an opportunity, and an early bird price. So if you're listening to this, get to the Fredericton Express Facebook page for more information.
Yeah, exactly. We've had great community support so far through sponsors and engagement and so on, and I think this will help us gauge a little bit too about where we stand and where we need to focus a bit more on going into the season. So we're excited.
You should be, man. I'm pretty excited too. Corey, I know you've been pretty pumped about this.
You mentioned the York Arena, correct?
That is it, yeah.
That just blows my mind because I don't know if you guys know, but we also have a wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
And I just literally read about that arena. One of the videos I'm working on right now is on a wrestler called Freddie Sweetan.
Okay.
He had his last match before he died at the York Arena in Fredericton.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
literally just read about that building an hour ago. So
yeah.
It's weird how things connect like that. So I can't wait to see that building now. Really bad.
It's a great old barn. It's been around forever. The community almost lost it at one point when Willie O'Ree and Grant Harvey were built. There were talks of decommissioning that rink because it did need some upgrades. And a group stepped up, and I think the Friends of York Arena or something it was called, and they did some fundraising and actually got the investment into it to save the rink. And now it's a key part of the Fredericton hockey scene, and it'll take a lot of a lot of the older generation or the 40, 50, 60-year-olds, they'll take them back a bit because there used to be a lot of senior hockey out of that rink, 25 years ago, right? So a little nostalgia maybe for some folks being able to go to the York on a Saturday night at 7 again, watch some senior hockey. So.
All right, so we're going to be looking at some Saturday night hockey in Fredericton.
That's so all of our ice times that have been put forward are Saturday nights.
All right, awesome. There's not a lot of Saturday night games in the league. I think only Dalhousie hosts on Saturday night. So that's I'm sure you guys knew that. So that's pretty exciting for us because I don't know. Looks like we're gonna have some busy weekends, Corey.
I can't wait. I really can't.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. If there's is there anything else you wanna say to your future fans?
No, just we appreciate the support so far, and we're looking forward to carrying on and have a successful first season, and maybe, like you said, be a pretty strong contender in year one, and go for a little playoff run or something. So,
well,
sounds good.
Like the sound of that. Sounds fun. Thanks for coming on, Zach. Nice to talk to you, Nick. Nice to talk to you, buddy. It's nice to put a face to the names, but we can't wait to get there in October.
Awesome. Look forward to having you.
Well, one more question. How's the poutine at the York Arena?
So that's it's not great because there's not a canteen there right now.
Okay.
So that's a little tidbit. We actually have an application going before the city to do concessions and such.
Okay.
Well, not certain we'll have poutine, but if that gets approved, we'll definitely have something figured out.
I'll give people directions to Milda's if they can't get poutine, because there's some of the best pizza in the city in Fredericton, man, or in the province rather, in Fredericton. So, all right, thanks, boys. Talk to you soon.
See you guys.